So now, next verse I'm going to get into is the benefits of wisdom. Actually, all these verses are going to be the benefits of wisdom. But when you read these verses, I want you to see how this is true in y'all's life. Because I really do believe all you guys are wise, right? So the first couple verses is Proverbs 3:13 through 18. It says, "Blessed are those who find wisdom, those
Wow.
who gain understanding. For she is more profitable than silver and yields better returns than gold. She is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her," meaning wisdom. Nothing you desire can compare with wisdom. "Long life is in her right hand. In her left hand are riches and honor. Her ways are pleasant ways, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those who take hold of her. Those who hold her fast will be blessed." That's so packed with so many benefits, right? So, even going back, she is more precious than rubies. So, wisdom is more important than money, right? What did Warren Buffett say? There was like an interviewer that asked him, "What is your greatest investment?" And he said, "Education." And they were expecting him to say Coca Cola, Gillette, Wells Fargo. He said, "Education."
Wow.
Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in America, said that. More precious than rubies. The Bible
Well,
even says
wisdom.
no. Go ahead.
I mean, wisdom is with like wisdom, education, knowledge. These things they can't really be taken away from you. Like what a hallmark of a really, I think a really wise person is if you take everything from them and see how they react. A wise person isn't going to put, well, just look in your own lives. We go through ups, we go through downs. You know what I mean? You're gonna you get the breakup, the firings, all that stuff can happen. But if you're truly a wise, if you truly hit a level of wisdom, all that can be taken away, and you can bring it all back. You might not be the exact same thing, but you can get back to where you were. And I think a lot of times people are like, "Oh, well, I lost her. I'm never going to get it again." Well, there's a belief that whatever is taken away from you will be given back to you tenfold. You know,
Yeah.
but I think that's a wise way to go about, you know, go through life is saying, hey, look, what is it? I think it was Jay-Z once said, or in one of his songs, he's like, "Sit me anywhere on the planet, I'll still triple my worth." It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. Once you have that understanding of how the market works, that understanding of how people work, they can completely rip you apart. Jordan Belfort, I think, is a really good example. He's a really good salesman. He's a really shrewd guy. Is he wise? Yeah, some things, but it's an example of they can't take that away from him. They can't take away his ability to sell. And if he was maybe built on better foundation, we wouldn't be the tragic story that he was. We wouldn't have to do what he's doing now. But that's a totally different story for another time. You kind of see where I'm coming from with that.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's the thing. So it says, "She is more precious than rubies," right? So the Bible's saying wisdom is more important than money. But what's so funny, I've learned in so many people in their 20s, 30s, and down, is they would rather have $100,000 check in the mail than wisdom. And matter of fact, they would use wisdom to get that $100,000 and then let go of the wisdom. Um, but the Bible says it's more precious than rubies. There's a quote in the book The Richest Man in Babylon. I don't know if you guys read it. It's not a Bible type book. It's a storybook with a whole bunch of finance type advice and wisdom. And in that book, it says, "How much greater value I consider thy wisdom than thy gold. Yet, who can measure in bags of gold the value of wisdom?
Wow.
Without wisdom, gold is quickly lost by those who have it. But with wisdom, gold can be secured by those who have it. Richest man in Babylon.
Wow.
What do they say? Like, you hear this a lot in the finance books, in money type books. What's harder than making $1 million?
Keeping $1 million.
Keeping $1 million, bro. You need wisdom for that. What was it like? It's some high number, like 92%. I don't know the exact number, but it's some high number of those that won the lottery and lost it all because they didn't have wisdom. So next, but this is the part that really stood out to me. What is the next benefits? It says long life is in her right hand. So if you have wisdom, long life is there for you. A perfect example is, like, in my opinion, that I can just think of off the top of my head, is Morgan Freeman. That man is wise. And he old, bruh. You know, next. It says, in her left hand are riches and honor. Morgan Freeman also has riches and honor. Now, what is honor? Honor is like respect. People value you. People want you around. People appreciate you. There's a difference. You could be rich and nobody wants to be next to you. But wisdom promises honor and riches and long life. All her paths, the Bible says, are peace. You walk around in peace. Nobody trying to kill you. Nobody trying to fight you. No beefs. I'm sure that's prevalent in y'all's life. You guys walk around in peace. All right, next. Oh, okay, so this is a really deep thing that Eben Pagan said, brilliant marketer. He said, in his DVDs, he says, you know, what he learned are lessons are actually more important than money. Because wisdom and lessons are actually priceless. Now, what does he mean by that? You actually can't go to the store or you can't go to Amazon and you can't be like, let me buy the lesson of frugality. Let me just download that in my head and learn frugality. Doesn't work like that. Let me learn to overcome my emotions. Let me learn self-discipline. All this stuff, like wisdom lessons, you cannot just learn from books. You go through things, you go through life experiences, and you fail, you fuck up, you get hurt, and then that's the thing that makes you learn. But those lessons that you learn from fucking up, failures, you know, hurt, heartbreak, all that, that's priceless because you can't buy that. Amazon don't sell that. That's why he says lessons are actually priceless and wisdom is more important than money. Because there's things on planet Earth you can't buy.